We're in Boulder City to start our trip and at Hemingway Park, which has become well known as a place where you can often catch a glimpse of Nevada's state animal, the bighorn sheep. We're lucky today as a whole herd seems to have hunkered down in the shade for a break from the sun. It's fun to see them up close, but we've got to get a move on to our first stop.
Years ago, we walked the historic railroad tunnel trail, but at that time it wasn't complete and we had to stop and turn around.
I wonder if this is the only trail around where you actually get to walk through a railroad tunnel. I'm just realizing while I look at it, this is something that I've never done. You don't get to do this.
Now the trail goes all the way to Hoover Dam, and we have the chance to finish what we started.
From Hemingway Park, we only have to go a couple of miles on Highway 93, then turn on to Lakeshore Boulevard, and we arrive. Waiting for us is National Park Service Education Specialist Elizabeth Skinner. Morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for meeting us out here.
Welcome back to Lake Mead National Recreation Area.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking some things have probably changed since we were last here.
Yeah, so we're here at the trailhead for the River Mountains Loop Trail and the Historic Railroad Trail. And I'll just show you on the map here real quick. Since you've been here, we completed a 31-mile loop trail that goes into Henderson, Nevada, and all the way around this portion of Lake Mead. And this trail goes to the Hoover Dam, which is what we're going to be doing today.
And we've brought bikes to make it a little bit faster since last time we walked 5 tunnels. We want to get to the place that's new, so let's go find out what's changed.
All right, let's go.
Enjoying this view, I find myself thinking about what it must have been like for the workers using the railroad and this route to head down to the dam site. It's hard to imagine this expansive vista without the water and how different it would have looked at that time.
It's been more than 10 years since we visited here, and I can tell that this trail has received a lot of attention. It is beautifully groomed and extremely pleasant for walking or riding.
This is nice.
Isn't it?
I'll be honest with you, this trail makes me want to run.
Morning.
It's so exciting to see stuff blooming.
Yeah, the colors are popping.
Yeah, the creosote's blooming. There's a lot of sun cups, these little yellow guys.
Ah, nice.
It's funny when people say, oh, the desert's so brown, there's nothing to see. You come out here and it's like, really? It's a whole rainbow of colors out here.
This is very pretty.
So here's our first tunnel.
Is this the one with the bats?
Yes, they like this one the most. And you can kind of smell it. It's mostly Mexican freetail bats that we know of. And they roost in here during the day in the nice cool shade. And then at night they come out and they eat insects. So they're like a natural form of pest control for us on this trail.
That's cool. So are they the rodent equivalent of the snowbirds?
Yeah, kind of, except they like to come here in the summertime. So it's sort of a summer home for them.
They're the sunbirds.
That's right.
All right.
Either that or just call them bats.
Yeah, or just bats.
With such great sights along the way, it's tempting to stop and take picture after picture. But since our goal is the end of the trail, we press on and enter some of the path's newer areas.
So this is the 5th tunnel already right up here. And this tunnel is so long that it has a bend in it, so you can't actually see the end of this tunnel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're going into the darkness.
Yeah, this one's a little more exciting to ride through.
Off we go.
I remember this gate from our last visit. I think this is actually where we had to stop last time.
Yeah, this is new where it's extended now.
So how far can we continue from here?
From here, we can go to the Hoover Dam.
Let's go see it.
All right.
Look at those.
Yeah, the globe mallow is looking really nice.
Globe mallow. Beautiful. The trail crosses over from National Park Service land to Bureau of Reclamation land. And at that borderline, we meet Bill Martin, who had a hand in completing this trail.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, Bill. Good to see you again.
Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see Park Service folks out here with us again.
So
Hello, Dave.
at this point, we are now at the end of the parkland and entering into a different part of the trail?
Correct. The Historic Railroad Trail starts off at the Visitor Center and Park Service out of Bible, comes on down here about 2 miles, and then we have a little over about 1.25 miles on down to Hoover Dam. And it's a joint project that we've been working on together, and we're still working on together to improve over time. This trail is a very popular trail, especially in spring and fall when the weather's nice and it's easy to ride and walk, because it was built as a railroad by Reclamation's contractor to bring materials out to build the dam. It's a very beautiful trail, very beautiful area. Somewhat unknown, but more and more people are finding out about it. So there's a lot of history out here, and it's great to see people out using the trail, seeing the wildlife, and finding out a little more about their history, especially in their own backyard.
The terrain changes quickly here. We go from the flat graded trail to a downhill slope.
The last portion of the trail is not for bikes, so we lock them up and continue on foot.
So we're arriving now at the parking garage for the Hoover Dam, and when we talked about the railroads that were bringing in materials, they were bringing in gravel, and this used to be the concrete mixing plant.
And you think about this is now about 80 years ago.
Yeah. And we have a little bit of a view of the new bridge.
That's pretty impressive itself.
Yeah. So if that's Hoover Dam, we must be at the end of their trail.
You finally made it.
We did it. Over a decade in the making, and we finally made it to the end of the trail. Worth it all the way.
It's a fun ride, and it would be a fun walk too, but it was fun to ride it this time.
Yeah, it was nice for a change. Thanks for taking us down here.
Of course, I'm happy to do it.
It would be easy to devote the entire day to exploring the area and even take a tour of the dam, but we have an appointment to keep, so we make another quick trip through Boulder City. After only 5 miles along Highway 93, we find ourselves at our destination. Inside, we meet Bryna Marcus, the general manager of Flightlines.
Hey there.
Nice to see you.
Nice to
Hi,
see
Bryna.
you. Good to see you.
Thanks for meeting us here. This is such a cool looking place. I'm looking around at this equipment and thinking, what are we getting ourselves into?
trouble. I'm just kidding. You're getting yourself into a load of fun. Yes,
Cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
So can you tell us a little bit about what we're doing today?
We actually have a series of 4 different zip lines you're going to cover, and it's about 1.5 miles of the Mojave. They range in different directions. You're going to get views of Las Vegas, Boulder City, El Dorado Valley, Lake Mead, and you're going to hit speeds of anywhere like 50, 60 miles an hour.
So how much elevation change are we going to do over the course of the day?
So you're going to hike for about 600 feet in elevation, taking you to about 3,200 feet above sea level. And then you're going to drop about 1,000 feet between the 4 of them.
Oh, nice.
So the drops are nice and gradual. You don't get that roller coaster stomach feeling. You just kind of feel like you're flying like a bird. You can zip line anywhere in the world. I have an amazing crew. They make you feel comfortable, they keep you entertained, and they just make the experience what it is.
We join a group of fellow zipliners and get a little training, and then everyone gets harnessed up and piles into the bus for the ride up to Bootleg Canyon.
Hi guys, this is your driver, Steve. If you haven't met Steve yet, everybody say hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. But if you guys look up to your right, you're gonna see a big old red mountain. Any idea what we call that red mountain? Red Mountain. Red Mountain. Smartest always sit in the front. We've now officially entered Bootleg Canyon. Anybody have any guesses on what Bootleg Canyon is world renowned for?
Handsome tour guide! Yeah! The color blue! Here, bootleg CDs, DVDs are here in the 90s.
Like what type of CDs and DVDs?
Well, the best kind of CDs.
Let's go, you know the words. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound.
Once we get to the top, our guides distribute what they call trolleys. These are the things we'll be hanging from. They're heavier than I expected, which is good because that means they're solid, but it also means a bit of a workout carrying them uphill. We reach the top of a peak and realize that we are at the first line. It's a bit intimidating to look down the wire and realize how far away it is to the landing, but the excitement builds as we watch our group take off and whoop it up along the way.
All right, 3, 2, 1, see ya. 3, 2, 1, see ya.
As I get into position, there are definitely butterflies in my stomach. But the Flightlines crew has been so knowledgeable and so much fun all along the way that I'm more than willing to trust them and the gear.
How's that harness feel?
It's actually a little more comfortable than my nephew's desert racer, but don't tell him that.
Soon it's our turn to fly.
All right, you guys ready?
Ready?
3, 2, 1, see ya.
Look at this. What a fun way to sightsee. The ride is really smooth, and we get to enjoy 360 degrees of scenery from a point of view we'd never normally get.
Awesome.
All right, legs out, legs out.
Once we land, the first thing we think is we want to do it again.
That was awesome.
Lucky for us, we head right to the next launch point.
Hands in the middle of the straps, pointing our toes, cutting through the wind. Like a hot butter knife through butter. Here we go, you ready? 3, 2, let it. All right, guys, here we go. 3, 2, later.
I'm gonna catch her. I'm gonna catch her. I'm gonna catch her. I'm gonna catch her.
This zipline course is a combination of fun, adrenaline, and scenic beauty. The equipment keeps you safe and gives you control of your speed, but who wants to slow down when the descent is this much fun?
You got a head start. Not fair. They make us earn our thrills. Whew.
So I beat you this last time. Did you realize?
You beat me because you got a head start, and that's not fair.
I'm just more streamlined.
You're denser than me. She's denser than me. A storm is approaching, and we don't want to get caught in it, but we have just enough time for one more run before it's time to head back to the car and hit the road.
What an experience. We're still flying high as we travel north toward Mesquite.
From Boulder City, it's just over 100 miles along US 93, I-515, and I-15 to Mesquite. The drive goes quickly and we arrive for the night. Looking forward to an exciting day tomorrow.